may have to stop at this checkpoint. Just let them know we're going to Scott School. They just waved us on through. Whereas other places like in Tuscaloosa, about 45 miles southwest of Birmingham, there was a mile-wide tornado that was on the ground for 5.5 miles and just ripped through the infrastructure of the city. All right, they said there were 47 tornadoes in a 24-hour period. In the entire month of April, there were 89 tornadoes, just unfathomable. I think there was over 170 tornadoes in the entire system that swept through the southeast. Just unbelievable. Just look at the destruction. It's amazing that anyone survived.
My mother, who lives here as well, she's 60, and she was in the house when it came down, and they had to dig her out.
Like, this house right behind me literally is lifted off of its foundation, and you can see it's twisted. I mean, it's, again, what your eye and your mind are trying to understand and comprehend. It doesn't make sense.
Father and a teenage boy huddled in that corner of this house and under all kinds of debris, and they had to dig him out of there. And today the teenage boy is not at school. He's about 14 or 15 years old, and it just goes to show that we need to get some grief and trauma counselors and training up here as soon as possible.
What you need a lightweight saw about 12 inches, 14-inch blade, a 16-inch blade, and a 20-inch blade.
I think today is officially the 2-week mark, and there's no crews out here. There's, I mean, I see FEMA signs on the floor, but there's nothing going on here. It is an absolute ghost town.
During disasters, people capitalize. Businesses will capitalize, governments will capitalize on the misfortunes of others. And yet, I've found in every community we go to, the churches, the organizations, and the businesses who are not trying to capitalize on the misfortunes of others, but come back to serve their community, are the ones that actually rise to the surface with greater equity in the community, and their businesses and their churches are flourish far greater. We've seen a whole lot of people, just like in New Orleans, where there were signs that said, "Where have all the preachers gone?" Well, the churches that did come back and those that went to serve the people were the ones that got filled up by people when they came back. And the same with businesses. Businesses that are there to serve, not to just get something from someone, but to really come and serve the community, were the ones that will gain equity with that community. Let's keep praying for Pleasant Grove and all these other regions throughout the tornado-stricken arenas of the 7 states that got hit. And now, of course, the floods in the Mississippi. There's an acceleration of things. The whole earth is groaning, and the nations rage. But God promises us in 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 14, God always leads us to victory.